There are few things I've learned in these 60 years of my life, relating with people, relating with life, having to go through so much crisis time, peaceful time, joyful moments, and on and on and on. There is something that is so strong and powerful that I've learned. I'm not sent to everybody today, but I'm sent to some set of people that have been through so much in life: rejection, being abandoned, being isolated, feeling unloved, uncared for, unvalued, unappreciated. People that life has beaten down, black and blue. People that life has told, consciously or unconsciously, that they are good for nothing. People that life has dealt with in a way that waking up from the bed in the morning is like doing house chores. Mixing with people is like doing house chores. Connecting to people is like, I am not connecting. I don't want to connect. I want to be alone. I'm tired. People that they have seen themselves as a failure despite the fact that they have done so well, they have achieved so much, they have become somebody in life, yet they have been mentally, emotionally, psychologically tortured, crushed, abused to an extent that they never saw anything good in them. I need you to sit down with me today. Please don't listen to Shematters alone. Get your friends, talk to people. They need to take this in. Listen to me. We are living in a culture, we are raised in a culture, we find ourselves in a culture that does not respect feelings, does not care what they say to people, what they do to people, how they handle people. They don't care. They believe that I can say anything, I can talk anyhow, I can act anyhow, I can make statements, comment anyhow about everything. They are not careful. They are not censoring. They are not cautious about what they are saying. And because of that, it has become a thing that everything I've mentioned now, people carry it on their head. He said this, he said that, he acted that, he made a statement like that. He has become that. Those words, those actions, those reactions has become a torture, has become a stronghold, has become a pain. It has become a wound that refuses to heal. Hear me today. If you are hearing the sound of my voice and you have been through any form of abuse, verbal, emotional, psychological, sexual, physical abuse, listen very, very carefully. You cannot thrive. You cannot achieve. You cannot become what you are destined to become if you are carrying these loads on your head. Somebody said, my head. Yes, your head. It is not a visible load. It's a mental load. It's a psychological load. It's a load that is emotional. So it is not visible. Some people are carrying loads. As I'm talking to you now, they are bending their neck. They are bending their back. Ọrùn wọ̀ wọ́n because the load is heavy. The load of verbal abuse is a heavy load. The load of emotional abuse is a heavy load. The load of psychological abuse is a heavy load. The load of sexual abuse is a load. The load of mental abuse is a load. Listen to me. If you don't drop it, you'll be a doctor that smokes like chimney. You'll be a pastor that sleeps around with members. You'll be a lawyer that goes to the prostitute. You'll be a banker that spends all his salaries at the beer parlor. You'll be a professor that all your children that you are lecturing, they insult you. They look down on you. They make jest of you. You'll be an engineer. Just choose your vocation that is not productive, functional, resourceful because of the load. The load of verbal abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, and physical abuse with sexual abuse. I am coming to you today intentionally to let you know that you must drop that weight. You must jettison. Màá sọ Yorùbá, ẹ má worry ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fẹ́ gbọ́ Yorùbá. You must jettison. You must drop the weight. It will affect everything. Your health, your wealth, your family life. No happiness, no joy. I've seen people, they are angry 24/7. They are upset all the time. They are not in touch with themselves. They are distanced from themselves because of mental abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, sexual abuse, all forms of abuse that they've gone through in life. They know that they can fly higher like any other if they don't have the weight. They know they can be free if they don't have a weight. They know they can become the best version of themselves. But because there's so much going on in their mind, on their head, and they don't have a platform, no opportunity to express themselves and put themselves in a place where they can also receive help, they are stuck. Are you listening to me today? And you feel you are pegged? You are stuck. You are not making progress mentally, emotionally, even financially. It's like you are not going anywhere. I am sent to you today to help you to understand that you cannot afford to continually be in this place, or else. I've seen adults that have turned 80, 70, 60, and they cannot go back and say, this is what I have made out of life. They are crawling, struggling, gasping for breath. They can't catch a niche for themselves. They just notice that, what happened? Why am I like this? What's going on? I'm tired. I'm fed up. If you are like that, you need to listen to me attentively. Nǹkan tí mò ń sọ láti ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ni wípé àwa kan wà tó jẹ́ pé ibi tá a ti ń bọ̀, wọ́n ti bá wa fa àwọn nǹkan kan, àwọn ogun abẹ́lé kan ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ọkàn wa, nínú ẹ̀mí wa, níbi ọpọlọ wa, tó fi jẹ́ pé ó ṣòro fún wa láti fò, láti yan, láti rìn, láti jẹ́ nǹkan kan. A wá ń wo ara wa wípé bí mo ṣe wà yìí, ó yẹ kí n lọ àlùyọ ju báyìí lọ. Ó yẹ kí n ṣe dáadáa ju báyìí lọ. Àwọn nǹkan tó dàbí ẹ̀bùn tí a bí wa mọ́, bí a bí ni bí ẹ̀bùn, a rí pé kò tiẹ̀ yọ síta rárá. A wá ti di aràrá. A ti di ẹni tó ń rákòrò ní ìran, ní àyànmọ́, nínú ògo. Torí pé kí ni? Ẹ̀mí ọkàn wa ó ti ní ọgbẹ́. Ọgbẹ́ nǹkan téléyìí sọ, ọgbẹ́ nǹkan téléyìí ṣe, ọgbẹ́ ọkàn. Ọgbẹ́ ọkàn kò ń ṣe egbò tá a lè rí níta. Àwọn nǹkan kan yẹn tí a ti là kọjá, àwọn nǹkan tí ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa àbí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa, la ṣe máa wò pé egbò wà níbì kan, ọgbẹ́ wà níbì kan. Ìtorí ẹ̀ ni ẹlòmíì ó ti lọ fi gbogbo oògùn ọgbẹ́ ọkàn ẹ̀, ó ti lọ fi síbi pé ẹ jẹ́ n lọ máa mutí kí n fi pàrònú rẹ́. Ẹlòmíì á lọ sílé àwọn olóbìnrin tí wọ́n ń ṣe òwò nàbì láti pàrònú rẹ́. Ẹlòmíì ìbínú ẹ̀ tó bá bínú báyìí, ó lè fọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tó ti fi gbogbo ọjọ́ ayé ẹ̀ ṣe, kó fọ́ dànù, kó dànù. Ẹlòmíì tó bá ti jí láàárọ̀ báyìí, ìbínú kíkorò ló fi máa ń jí. Torí pé kí ni? Ọgbẹ́ ọkàn ẹ̀, egbò tó wà nínú ọkàn ẹ̀, ó ti ń rùn, ó ti ń ṣọyún. Kò wá sí pé kí arẹ́ni ràn yàn lọ́wọ́, wọ́n á wá ti dà síyàn lára. Bóyá ò ń gbọ́ mi lénìí, wọ́n ti dà sí ẹ lára pé ẹ má máa dá lóhùn, ọ̀mùtí ni, máa mutí para ni, ẹ má dá lóhùn. Ọkọ kan ò kú kọ́ńbọ̀dù, ìyàwó kan ò kú kọ́ńbọ̀dù, ẹ má dá lóhùn. Ìbínú ẹ̀, wọ́n wá ní kán pa ẹ́ tì. Wọn ò mọ̀ pé dídà ló dà tọmọ dẹ̀gbẹ́gbẹ́ òun ṣe lé ọmọ. Ibẹ̀ ni mo ti ń gbé ọ̀rọ̀ mi bọ̀ lénìí. Ẹ ní bínú sí mi tí n bá ń sọ òyìnbó jù. Mo ti sọ, ẹ lọ sórí YouTube mi, Funke Adetuberu. Kẹ lọ gbọ́, ẹ pe àwọn ọmọ yín pé kán táì Funke Adetuberu. Kẹ wá pè wọ́n jókòó pé kán máa túmọ̀ àwọn nǹkan tí mò ń sọ lóyìnbó yìí fún mi ní Yorùbá, ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi. Ìdí tí mo dẹ̀ fi ń sọ eléyìí ni wípé ètò yìí kì í ṣe nǹkan téèyàn máa sáré gbọ́ tó máa gbé dànù. Ètò tí èèyàn máa gbọ́, tó máa fi ọkàn sí, tó máa fi ẹ̀mí bá lọ láti ṣe àtúnṣe ni. Ṣùgbọ́n tí Ọlọ́run bá wá ti fi ọ̀tá ẹni hàn ni, kò yẹ kó pani mọ́. Tí èèyàn bá wá rí ọ̀tá ẹ̀ tó ti fi hàn, tó tún wá fún láyè láti jẹ́ kó pa òun, ibẹ̀ ni àgọ̀ àti ìbànújẹ́ àti egbò téèyàn dá tí ò jiná táwa máa kẹ̀ sí. Mo máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gé àwọn nǹkan ẹ̀ wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́. Tí mi bá parí ẹ̀ lọ́sẹ̀, bá ti ń fún mi lóore ọ̀fẹ́, màá tún continue lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n tí tí a bá ti wà ní ipò tí a ti ní àwọn àléébù yìí, a wá mọ gbòǹgbò ẹ̀. Ẹlòmíì ò mọ gbòǹgbò ìkorò ayé ẹ̀, ó kàn mọ̀ pé òun fẹ́ fò, òun fẹ́ yan, òun fẹ́ jẹ́ nǹkan láàrin àwùjọ, òun fẹ́ jẹ́ ẹni tí a máa bu ọlá fún, ṣùgbọ́n kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni wípé a ti dá wa lọ́dàá nínú ìdílé tá a ti jáde. Ó lè má jẹ́ ìyá wa, ó lè má jẹ́ bàbá wa, ó lè jẹ́ ẹni tá a gbé lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀, tàbí ẹni tán fi wá tì, tàbí àdúgbò tá a ti dàgbà. Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yìí jinlẹ̀, ṣùgbọ́n màá máa mú ní kọ̀ọ̀kan, màá máa mú láwẹ́láwẹ́ torí pé kí ni? Ṣé ẹ rí? Mo máa ń sọ nǹkan kan o. Téèyàn bá gbé àpò sìmẹ́ǹtì dání kó gbèrú, eré wo ló fẹ́ sá? Ẹlòmíì ẹrù ẹ̀ wá ju àpò sìmẹ́ǹtì kan lọ. Tírélà sìmẹ́ǹtì ni ẹrù ẹ̀. How high can you fly? How fast can you run with heavy load on your head? You can't run. You can't fly. I want to welcome you to the school of thoughts. I want to welcome you to the school of meditation. I want to welcome you to the school of information that will give you revolution, that will bring you to a place where you will tell yourself, enough. Ó ti tó gẹ́. Torí pé kí ni? If this is not done, limitation, limitation, limitation. Financially, you are going to be limited. Mentally, you are going to be limited. Emotionally, you are going to be limited. Psychologically, you are going to be limited. You can't afford it. Don't forget, life is half spent before people wake up and say, yeah, mo ti fi àkókò ṣòfò. If you are young, you are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, please take this information to heart and seek help. Seek intervention as soon as possible. Listen, if you have a wound and that wound is not healed, nothing can happen. It will just be deteriorating. It will just be stinking. You can even amputate that particular part of your life that has a wound that is not healed. That is why you hear people, they'll say they have diabetics and the wound is not healing. You can be diabetics emotionally. You can be diabetics psychologically. You can be diabetics mentally. The wound of diabetic patients does not heal. That is why they avoid those people that have been diagnosed of having diabetics not to get to a place where they will have wound that is not healing. It's the same. Your mental health, your emotional health, your psychological health is as tangible, as touchable as everything we are talking about. Everything I'm talking about is as real as your body. As a matter of fact, your body is simple. It's just the container. The content is your soul. You have a tin of milk. The tin is the one that contains the milk. The real thing is inside. So if you keep looking at physical body and you are not bothered about the content, when you open a tin of milk that is spoiled, can you drink it? If the content in your life is spoiled by mental abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, what happens? Spoiled. Nobody can drink it. That is why it's difficult for people that have been damaged mentally, emotionally, psychologically, for them to be able to keep a marriage, keep relationships, keep money that is given to them for keeps, manage business, manage resources, even manage human being. Raising children becomes a problem. Keeping marriage becomes a problem. This is tough. And I'm telling you the truth. You cannot afford to continue like this. If you don't stop it, it will stop you. What you don't deal with will deal with you. My name is Olufunke Adetuberu. This is Shematters on Fresh FM 107.9 Abeokuta. On behalf of Dr. Inkaju Elaeshpele, the father of Fresh FM Nigeria, I welcome you to Shematters on Fresh FM 107.9 Abeokuta. You need to know the point of your woundedness. And I'm very, very careful, intentional with what I am telling us today. What is the point where you were dropped, wounded, hurt? Where is that place? Let me start by letting you know that we are tripartite being. You have a soul, you have a body, you have a spirit. I'm not going to talk about the spirit today. Let me talk about your soul. I don't even want to talk about the body. This your soul. It is where you store information. Handsome? Oh, I'm handsome. Beautiful? I'm beautiful. Intelligent? Wow, you are a genius. You are smart. Everything sits in your soul. You get to the classroom. Your class teacher says, clap for him. That's a good answer. They clap for you. Sits in your soul. Wow, you came out with the first class. Always topping the class. Wow. Sits in your soul. Great, great achiever. Sits in your soul. Getting to the classroom. Shut up. You don't know what you are doing. You are a dullard. Whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody. Shame. Sits in your soul. I've said a lot about family system. If you are the kind of a person that your family don't appreciate, validate, celebrate your achievements. Oh, not smart. Olodo, not intelligent. It sits in your soul. If in your family, wow, good student, amazing, excellent, topping the class, clap, sits in your soul. All these things sits in your soul. If you are from a family that celebrates you, validates you, wow, you will fly, you will raise your shoulder high, you will flaunt your success and achievement, you will see yourself as a celebrity, a gift, a joy of your generation. If in your family they pull you down, they tell you, good for nothing, dollar, story, things that crushes you, sits in your soul. Acceptance, rejection, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, sexual abuse sits in your soul. Good words, lovely statements. Oh, you are very nice. You are beautiful. I like the way you look. You are the best. Daddy loves you. Mommy loves you. You are good sits in your soul. The moment you find yourself in an unhealthy environment where daddy, mommy, everybody pulls you down, talks you down, make you feel you are not smart, it's very simple. It sits in your soul. When your soul is wounded like that, what happens is simple. You start bringing out bad manners, bad attitude, bad behavior outside for people to see. That is when you box people, you fight, you walk out, you ease, you are rude, you are nasty, you misbehave, you get into drug addiction, sexual addiction, you get into so many things that it's now called a vices. In the light of that, in the light of that, you will find out that you are limited. It limits how you talk. It limits your achievements. It limits your productivity. To be productive as somebody that is not loved, is not cared for, is not appreciated, productivity is zero. But for the one that came from a home, found good teachers, celebrating their achievement, their successes and everything, what happens? It's very simple. Very, very simple. Your productivity will be outstanding. Look around you. Forget around you. Look at yourself. Mirror your soul. Mirror your body. Mirror your mind. And choose and decide what exactly is happening to you. If you are sick emotionally, X-ray does not see it. If you are sick emotionally, it is not visible. What you do outside that sickness is what people will notice that something is wrong with this person. He's losing weight. He drinks. He smokes. He gets angry. He's not secured. He can't forgive. He doesn't let go. He's achieving. He's a successful man. But wow, there's something wrong. He's rich, but something is wrong with him or her. Because when we are dealing with emotional issues, it is not gender biased or prejudice. I'm very, very passionate about what I'm saying now. I've seen adults that you will expect a level of maturity, a level of growth, a level of discipline, a level of decorum, a level of having good manners. And the weaknesses will be so obvious. You know that this person, is a child. Ọmọdé ni ó kàn wọṣọ àgbàlagbà ni. And you'll be so concerned because of the kind of delivery where you're expecting to find wisdom, to find smartness, to find decorum and decency, and you are not finding it. You get disappointed. A lot of people have been disappointed because of what they have seen in people to whom much is given, much is expected. Much is given, much is expected, but the expectations are not met. Listen to me. If you find yourself in this place, messed up by a guardian, a teacher, parents, that has brought you to a place of internal battles, you have serious low self-esteem, you are not secured, you can't allow people to live There's nothing like live and let live in your dictionary. You choke everybody up. You are choked up. You are a control freak. You are sensitive to everything. Dotting the I's and crossing the T's. Don't get me wrong. Those things are very good. But when it becomes an obsession, it becomes something you cannot do without, then it's a problem. If you find yourself in that place, do everything possible to seek help. That is one. I've told you a part of it. Do you know? If you cannot trace it, you can't face it. Don't tell me, I'm an adult, I'm a Christian, I'm religious, I pray, I study, I read. Oh, hey. Do you know that it is written on the pack of cigarettes that smokers are liable to die young? They even drew a lung that cancer had eaten up on that pack of cigarettes. When they are doing adverts on tobacco, they will say smokers are liable to die young. They do a lot of disclaimer. And you see a medical doctor that knows the implication or implications of having to be a chain smoker, and he still smokes like chimney. He gets drunk. He gets into some vices. Recently, we brought a medical doctor who knows the importance of having to go to medical school for years. Just messed up his name, dragged his family name on the mud. If you ask that man what happened, the man will confess that it is because of what he went through growing up. These are things that people are not conscious of. And I want to appeal to every parent. I'm not saying you are not angry. I'm not saying you don't have tantrums or temper tantrums. Please watch what you say to your children. Teachers, hear me. If you are frustrated, don't choose that vocation. Please. If you know you don't have patience to teach, don't come and teach and be lashing your pupils with negative words. Stop it. Every child sees the teacher as a small G God. Every child sees the parent as a small G God. What you say to them means a lot to them. Especially when that's your child is a thinker. When that your student is a thinker. You need to understand something today. Most people that you see that are deep in crime, they are introverted in temperament. They are people that are cool, calm, but words gets to them. Please, you can use cane to caution your child, caution your students. Foolishness is in the heart of a child. Rod can take it away. Be careful of being verbally abusive, emotionally abusive, psychologically abusive. Be careful. I've seen parents that cried to me in hundreds. If I say thousands, I'm not exaggerating. What did we do? How did we got it wrong? What happened to our child? What happened to my daughter? What murdered this child's destiny? Who crushed him? Who crushed her? Why this disability? Emotionally, psychologically. What happened? I'm telling you the foundation of it. If that child takes things to heart, please, parents, please, I'm begging, be a student of your children. How do I mean? Read them as if you are reading a book. Ẹ máa gbà mí láyè láti sọ Yorùbá díẹ̀ torí àwọn tó fẹ́ gbọ́ mi ní èdè Yorùbá. Mo ti sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan jinlẹ̀jinlẹ̀. Mo máa mix ẹ̀ lénìí. Ẹ máa bá mi fi omi lò bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣé rí ẹ̀yin òbí tí àwọn ọmọ yín ṣe àwọn nǹkan kan tí ò dáa? Oríṣiríṣi ọmọ òun la ní ọ̀nà nínú abiyamọ. Pé ọmọ sun inú ìyá kan náà kò ní pé gbogbo wọn máa rí bákan náà. Pẹ̀lú oore ọ̀fẹ́ Ọlọ́run, ìyá ni mí. Mo dẹ̀ ti láwọn ọmọ wọn ò rí bákan náà. Èèyàn ní láti rò ó jinlẹ̀. Àgàgà ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń kọ́ àwọn ọmọ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Tẹ́ bá ti mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ olùkọ́ ń ni yín lára, ẹ fi chọ́ọ̀kì sílẹ̀. Ẹ fẹfun sílẹ̀ kẹ́ lọ ṣe nǹkan míì. Ẹ má bọ́ sórí class àwọn ọmọ kẹ́ wá máa fi ìkan àkùrọ̀ kẹ́ máa fi ta ilá. Kẹ́ máa fi ìnilára tọ́ àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ ń kọ́. Kẹ́ wá máa sọ òdì ọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn. Kẹ́ máa sọ òkò ọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn. O ò gbọ́n. Olódo ni ẹ́. Kí ló ń ṣe ẹ́? O ò ṣe, o ò mọ̀. Bẹ́ ṣe ń sọ yẹn, àwọn ọmọ yẹn ń rí yín bí Ọlọ́run kéékèèké tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ sáyé wọn ni. Gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ẹ̀yin òbí. Ẹni tí ò bá ti tọ́mọ bí kó má bímọ. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti bí ọmọ. Kì í ṣe kéèyàn déédéé bímọ nìkan ni o. You have to rear and bear children. Ètò ó ṣe pàtàkì fún ọmọ bíbí. Ẹ fètò sí. Because àti bímọ kọ́ àti tọ́ ọmọ ni. Tẹ́ bá ti wà nínú ìdílé tó jẹ́ pé ìkanra ni lénìí lọ́la, nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń gbìn ẹ̀ ní lè ká. Nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ̀ ń gbìn apá yín ò ní ká. Tí ó bá di àràbà tán, ẹ máa wò ó pé mo ti rí àwọn òbí tó máa sọ fún mi pé kí lọmọ mi ṣe? Níbo la ti ṣe mistake? Níbo la ti sọ nǹkan nù? Kí la sọnù? Kí la ṣe? Wàhálà leléyìí o. A mọ ibi tí a ti gbé sọ nǹkan nù báyìí. Ṣé a ṣe dáadáa ni? Àbí where exactly ni a ti ju ọmọ yìí sọnù? A kì í mọ̀. A ti rí àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ti lọ sí ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga tán lọ ka ẹ̀kọ́ nípa ìṣègùn tí wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé àwọn ìwà kankan wà tó jẹ́ pé àbí àwọn ìhùwàsí kan wà tó lòdì sí ẹ̀kọ́ tán kọ́ ṣùgbọ́n wọn ò lè mójú kúrò nínú àwọn ìwà tí ò dáa yẹn. Wọn ò lè mára kúrò nítorí pé kí ni? Wọ́n ti ni wọ́n lára láti iléèwé dé ibi tán ti dàgbà nínú ìdílé. Mo wá ń bẹ gbogbo ẹ̀yin òbí. Ọmọ ò rí bákan náà. Ṣé rí àwọn tẹ́ bá rí tí wọ́n wà nínú wọ́n ṣẹgbẹ́ òkùnkùn, wọ́n ṣe àwọn nǹkan tí ò dáa, wọ́n wà ní oríṣiríṣi, wọ́n ṣe àwọn ìwà tẹ́ pẹ́ máa wò pé kí ló dé? Irú ìwà wo lọ́mọ yìí hù? Guess what? Àwọn aláròjinlẹ̀ lè máa ń bá rú bẹ̀yẹn o. Ṣé mọ̀? Àwọn ọmọ mi wà tẹ́ bá ti gbé sí wọn, wọ́n á gbọ̀n dànù. Àwọn ọmọ mi ò ní gbọ̀n dànù o. Wọ́n á rò ó. á wá di ọgbẹ́ ọkàn sí wọn nínú. Tí ọgbẹ́ yẹn bá ti wá gbilẹ̀, wọ́n á wá máa wá nǹkan tán máa lò láti jẹ́ kí ara rọ̀ wọ́n, torí kò sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ìnilára. We are not wired to be uncomfortable. That is the root of some of these things called vices that we are seeing all over the place. Please, I'm appealing to every parent, every guardian here. Be careful of the foundation you are laying for your children. Stop transferring aggression. They didn't force you to bring those children to the world. Stop saying things. Stop acting in a way that your children will not look at you and say, Mommy, ṣẹ́yìn lẹ bí mi, Daddy, ṣẹ́yìn lẹ bí mi, kí ni mo ṣe? Why? How? When you are raising children like that, just know that your future, ó ti mọ̀ bó ṣe máa rí o. Eléyìí ò kì í ṣe èpè, òkodoro ọ̀rọ̀ ni. Fact, everybody that I've helped in my life to be free from negative vices, not doing well in school as children, all of them, their issues are traceable to this foundation that I'm talking about. You cannot afford to lose your children to drugs, to teenage pregnancy, to an adult that will be giving you headache, an adult that would not make you sleep at night. Ẹ mọyì àwọn òbí tó ti pè mí ní ọ̀sẹ̀ yìí pé àwọn ò lè sùn torí àwọn ọmọ wọn jáde lọ klọ́ọ̀bù. Wọ́n wò pé àwọn ọmọ kìrìsìtẹ́nì, àwọn ọmọ mùsùlùmí òdodo, àwọn ọmọ tá a kọ́ nílé tó níbi tó níran. Kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀? Yorùbá ní amúkùn ẹrù ẹ wọ, òkèlè ń wò ẹ wò sàlẹ̀. Tí ìpilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bá bàjẹ́, kí lolódodo lè ṣe? If the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? But listen to me, help is available. Kì í ṣe àrùn tí ò gbóògùn ní àrùn emotional wounds. If you notice that you are stuck, ó ń ru ẹrù ọrùn ń wọ̀ ẹ́, you can't fly, you can't soar, get into counseling and therapy. I will say it again and again and again. Everybody needs a place to be vulnerable. Everybody needs a place to let the people know that you can be free, you can overcome, you can actually become a wounded healer. You become a person that you yourself, you will not be using your mess as a message. But ẹnu òfìfo kì í dún yànmùyànmù. An empty mouth does not make noise. And I'm happy that you can reach out for help. Please, don't overlook those weaknesses. Don't overlook those vices. Don't see it as, okay, I'm okay, I'll be fine. It's my decision. That's who I am. Ẹ tí ò bá like mi, kó gbà mí bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò sẹ́ni tí ò ní gbà ẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Yorùbá ní ìgbẹ̀yìn ló máa ń dolóko àdá sí. You get to a stage in your life that you wish you had done something to your baggages. You can't carry a bag of cement on your head and fly. You can't even run. You can't even make some steps, a bag of cement. Not to talk of 10 tons, not to talk of a trailer load. Some, the kind of load they are carrying is taller than 25-story building. Seek help. Get somebody to intervene. You need intervention so that you will be able to become the best version of your life. You'll be able to become the dream you've had. Nobody flies with weights. I can't overflog that. Seek help professionally. Counseling, therapy. Humble yourself. Just humble yourself and tell yourself, this thing will not destroy me. Whatever destroys a giant climbs up with him. Don't let these weaknesses climbs up with you. If you now say, whoa, I can't change, please help your children to be free. At least you will make it through them. You won't sit down in your old age and be having headache, sleepless nights. You need to hear parents cry to me. I know I've said a lot of things today that calls for thinking and attention. And I'm intentional about it because I'm tired of having to hear parents cry. Adults cry to me. Prevention is always better than cure. If you need help, please don't hesitate to send me a text. I don't pick calls. 080 232 42389. If you miss, maybe you are just joining us, you have missed part of this episode, on my YouTube channel is there, Funke Adetuberu. Or now, you can follow me on Instagram and listen to all other powerful information that I disseminate every week on Instagram. My handle is Funke Adetuberu. To send me a text, WhatsApp, seeking help, and solution to your baggages, you want to drop those weights. The number to text or to WhatsApp is 080 232 42389. 080 232 42389. On behalf of Dr. Nkajo Laifele, like I always call him, the father of Fresh FM, Blast FM, Nigeria, and of course the big baby, Tiwantiwa, Yoruba Pombele Station. Thank you so much for listening. On his behalf, I say thank you once again. My name is Olufunke Adetuberu. The number to text once again or to WhatsApp is 080 232 42389. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week.